Oh, and we're off with Belthasar getting the early start until Fiesel sinks the streams.
And we get the typical Cirrus Station start. Nothing new here.
Yeah, you'll notice runners when they go through Cirrus Station, they do a little arm pumping. That saves a little bit of time, a few frames here and there. And they also use aim up or aim down to stop on a dime, which if you're holding L or R on the controller and let go of the directional input, Samus will actually stop moving completely. And they do that to stop in front of the doors, to open the doors so they can run through them rather than running into the doors, which would waste, tenths of a second that you can never get back.
And now that we've got the streams pretty well synced, both are going to damage themselves down and make their way out of Cirrus Station.
Ooh, I got to give the edge to Belthasar there, getting the swag D boost back towards the door on the last hit.
And here they go. So a few more things about these runners. Zmusic has a personal best of 43.51, which until recently was actually the best old route time in the world. I believe it's since surpassed by Jack. Belthasar's PB is at 48.35. So while there is quite a difference in PBs, this is a race. We'll see what safeties, if any, these runners choose to take, and we'll see if Belthasar can close that gap a little bit.
Yeah, actually saw Zmusic practicing picking up the Crate E tank. I don't know if he's worried he will forget to pick it up and wants it as a safety, or if he was. I can turn down mine a little bit. Thank you, Fruit Bat Salad. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But I would expect that he will be picking up the Crate E tank as a safety and running at least a 4 tank and possibly 5 tank if he ends Ridley with low health. We see Zmusic abusing the laws of physics, turning on Moonfall, gonna make up quite a bit of time early in the game. Overall in the run, I think it saves about 7 seconds, people have estimated. But there's a couple of big time saves, and if you're comfortable with Moonwalk, then it's basically 7 free seconds.
Yeah, Moonwalk actually saves more time in some of the longer categories, especially at 100%. There's just more places you can use it.
Yeah, I think actually the category that it would save the biggest percentage of time is probably Spore Spawn RTA.
There you go, because you have that one big drop there.
Well, 2 big drops. You get Climb Drop and Spore Spawn Super Drop.
Spore Spawn Super Drop. And it's a short run anyway. The other issue with Moonfall being that for some older runners, it just messes up things you already learned. A lot of times you have to relearn the Ridley fight. It just makes it more difficult.
We've got both runners heading out to Retro Brinstar, heading up to Climb. This is one of the early parts of the run where if you have a little bit of nerves, or if it's just very easy to mess up and fall. We'll see what style climbs they do, but I feel like this is the part of the run where we see who's feeling really comfortable and who's a little bit nervous. Zmusic climbing up the right side, doing the kind of de facto standard wall jumps up, and looks like Belthasar keeping it old school as well. Not subscribing to the JD/Behemoth/Kip climb school of thought. Zmusic going through the correct door, down Alcatraz, back to BT, not going to the map station, so that's a good start. Kip Dan's game. Is it also the Timon climb? I don't know what. I'm gonna have to just start stringing together all the people that do the ledge grab climb into one
I've just
name.
been calling it the ledge grab climb. It's just easier that way.
I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need to start a wiki page somewhere that keeps track of all the people that do the ledge grab climb, so I can keep the name up to date.
There you go.
We see Belthasar doing a left side BT kill. Not standard, but sometimes that happens. If you try to roll under BT and he doesn't quite jump back when you expect him to.
And we're about to get our first indication as to whether these runners will be doing old or new route. Zmusic deboosting right through the Space Pirates. Usually that's an indicator of old route. In fact, I've yet to see someone deboost through the Space Pirates and switch to new route, but stranger things could happen. The idea being that it's a little bit faster to go through them that way, but you lose too much energy in terms of the Fantoon fight. Trying to do the Fantoon fight with with no suits, just one E-tank is a very tricky thing to do. So they would want to keep as much energy as they possibly can.
Yep, that's right. It also helps because you have a little bit better chance of getting missile drops, I think, from some of these enemies. I think you can get through here and have full health more often, which means you are more likely to get missile drops along the way to Fantoon. Although that might be a minor part of it.
Ammo management in general is a much more of a thing in new route than old route.
Both runners with a sub 7-minute super missile pickup, which is pretty good. And it does indeed look like we are going to have old route versus old route from what we can tell.
Zmusic about to pick up the all-important charge beam.
And Zmusic doing a really nice deboost through the gate there. Getting that charge shot just over the hill there will allow it to keep going through. Unfortunately, missing that super pickup, which shouldn't have too big of an impact, but oh man, maybe I'm just super loud. He should be fine.
And indeed, we see Zmusic going down, as we expected.
All right, I have adjusted my volume to 70%. Hopefully that evens things out a little bit for people. I don't want to blow up anybody's ears. All right. Super nice 3 super entry into Kraid by Z. Really clean. And deboosting through that so I believe they are called as well. Well, thank you, Bandroid. I appreciate that. We're going to get the first Kraid quick kill attempt here. Hopefully we can keep Kraid from going to prom. Belthasar also with a really clean super entry into Kraid's lair. Belthasar going into Kraid with a ton of extra ammo. That's a lot of nice missiles to have in case things go wrong. And perfectly executed Kraid quick kill by Zmusic. Oh, misses any super pickups though. That's he had 3 of them just sitting there and refused to jump to get them. He's gonna have to use missiles to kill Mini Kraid on the way out.
The good news is Mini Kraid will drop at least 4 of those supers for him, so he should be fine.
Yeah, he'll be okay, but he'd rather be able to keep those missiles for later, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
And no prom for Kraid today. We're 2 for 2 on Kraid quick kills. Nicely done, Belthasar. Fun fact, the Varia suit is actually a mistranslation from the original Metroid. In the Japanese game, the original Varia suit in Japan is called the Barrier suit. But when they translated it, they used a V instead. And Zmusic is really trying to not use missiles to kill those hoppers. Unfortunately, it's not going very well for him. He's going to get the E-tank and just use a missile instead. So yeah, it was the Barrier suit, but then they mistranslated it to Varia, and it's just stuck ever since.
I kind of like the term Varia instead of Barrier. It just gives it a kind of an otherworldly name as opposed to something simple like Barrier.
Yeah, it's definitely way cooler.
Belthasar also getting that extra E-tank.
Oh, man, that's a sick charge shot. It's fast fall. Killed the guy with a holding and charge shot strat by Zmusic.
Very important because you want to be able to open that door up so that when you come back out, you don't have to wait for that little Nova guy to come back around to kill.
Zmusic picking up his Southern Kip high jump boots. His I don't know, Converse Chuck, or his Chuck Taylors, I don't know. One of the best movement items in the game, though. And you don't really realize it until you've run a category or a randomizer where you don't have high jump boots, and then you just curse your fate for having to not have them.
The first time I ran without high jump boots, Red Tower just looked bigger. Oh, very nicely dealing with King Cack there is Zmusic.
Yeah, and he's going into Speed Booster Alley with exactly enough ammo to open the door and nothing else. So I guess ammo management for the win. Yo, Toasty Muffins. Thank you.
One of the cool things about Bubble Mountain is, I swear every runner seems to have a different strat going through that room. So we get to see all sorts of different ways of getting up there.
Yeah, there are definitely a ton of different ways to go through that. I know some people do the right side wall jump real quick, which is, I think Behemoth said the fastest one, but super risky and really technical. Some of the new route runners will have ice, and they'll use an ice ladder to get up. Most of the old route runners will run and jump and wall climb, but even then there's some variation in how you deal with King Cack and how you, some people kill him with a charge shot on the way up, some people equip missiles or just morph to avoid getting knocked down. Everybody has a different strat, and everybody has fallen at Bubble Mountain and lost 30 seconds of their run to it.
Zmusic about to do what I consider the most important wall jump of the game. That one little wall jump allowing you to get wave beam super early instead of having to go all the way up for your, get your ice beam, get your power bombs, go back down, get your grapple beam, come back over, get your wave beam. This is much better.
Well, I mean, technically, you don't actually need to pick up wave beam even in the intended route, do you? I don't. I guess if you, no, because you don't need wave to get ice or grapple. So you could actually just skip wave beam and not get it. Oh, and Zmusic getting really nice drops from all the Sovas on the way out, too. Business Center is another one of those rooms, just like Bow Mountain, that has a bunch of different routes up through it. I don't know that there is probably one good one, but everybody just does what they're comfortable with. And since Zmusic is doing a 3-tank run, he'll likely go for Alpha Spark here. Sometimes if you're doing, or sorry, he's doing a 4-tank run, he has 3 tanks already. If you're doing a 3-tank run, a lot of runners will skip this Spark just to conserve health for Fantoon.
And he gets it.
I also saw Zmusic, by the way, practicing the ledge grab up Red Tower, which I've seen a lot of runners starting to pick up, and I love it because I think it looks super clean if you can get it. Yeah, man, that's so smooth.
So nice. Making his way with a couple nice deboosts through Hellway. And he'll pick up his power bombs.
Eternal September, Zmusic's average for the tournament has been around at 45, so he very definitely could pull out a 44. It'd be a really good time, especially considering all the getting the extra crate E-tank. But it's definitely possible. Belthasar's PB is a 48, so they should both be around that time. We'll see if Belthasar goes with the more old school hero shot here.
Looks like setting up for it.
And first try. Very nicely done. Oh, a nice ocean fly from Zmusic. I'm gonna skip having to do an extra charge and an extra spark here and just fly all the way across.
And he'll be the first to get into Fantoon.
Yeah, and he's got really good ammo too. He's got 4 supers. He'll use 2 of them here, one to get down to this area and one on the Ghidorah. 6 missiles and 2 power bombs, so he can do 2 X Factors if he wants, or he could do an opening round X Factor and then a Doppler to end it without getting any ammo drops at all.
Well, he's definitely setting up for an X Factor as he's got power bomb selected.
Yeah.
Let's see what Fantoon patterns we have here.
Looks like he's going to get a slow first round. Ooh, almost gets flame lamed there, but looks like all 4 particles hit Fantoon. So this is likely going to be a mid, while Belthasar flies over the ocean with our runners going 2 for 2 with Ocean Fly and 2 for 2 quick kills.
Zmusic with a very nice Fantoon kill.
And really nice drops too. Full supers, full power bombs, and 211 energy. He should feel very comfortable coming out of there with those counts. And dodging the high 5 by going up just as Belthasar is coming under that ledge.
Zmusic picking his last supers of the run.
Yep, and Belthasar coming in with almost the exact same ammo count that Zmusic have. One more power bomb, but the same supers and missiles. See if he gets a little bit better Fantoon luck. First round slow, so far Fantoon is being an equal opportunity employer.
He is setting up for that X Factor. Looks like he got it. Important that those particles hit. When they don't hit, you get one of those particles flying around. Now you can't shoot anything.
Yep, and Belthasar did a looks like one of the particles must have gotten flame lamed, but he gets a 3rd round fast, which means he didn't lose very much time there at all. Z-Music going to go for Bowling Spark. I call this doing the ball return. To get right into the statue's hands.
Very nicely done.
Very nice ball return by Z-Music.
Gets to take a little bit of a break now for his trouble.
Yeah, he can check his Tinder, check his Facebook, social media, take a selfie. This is a good time, by the way, to mention that you should all go follow these runners. So you can watch them. A lot of them have been doing a ton of practice runs and streaming for the tournament. And Z-Music coming in, going to get a sub 21 gravity time, which is really good for old route. Ooh, and Belthasar, oh, I thought he might be doing left side attic strats, but not unfortunately, but he is just doing the more standard attic spark here, grabbing that extra health, sparking through all the enemies to clear them out. Yeah, honestly, Belthasar is having a really good run as well. Z-Music's run has just been super clean all the way through. Belthasar's on good pace as well. He's going to have probably just over just over a 22 gravity time.
Well, Z-Music isn't the 4 seed in the top old route tournament runner for no reason, so.
Yeah, it turns out he's pretty good.
It's a tough ask for Belthasar on this one, but he's putting a really good showing in.
Yeah.
Choosing to do damage strats through the spike room. He has more than enough energy to get through it. Just takes the 3 hits and he'll be fine.
Yeah, and the damage strats actually, if you can get by with 2 hits, saves you energy over the spark. The spark takes, I think, around 90 energy. I could be wrong, maybe 80. 2 hits from the spikes with Varia take 60. And he's looking pretty good on ammo aside from power bombs. Hopefully the crabs drop them. He'd like to get probably around at least 3 going into Meridia. 1 for the tube that Z-Music is currently blowing up. 1 for the blocks that you have to clear in Aqueduct. And then 1 more to do an opening X Factor on Bot Wound. But yeah, 22:30 gravity time, still really good for Belthasar as well. Yeah, I believe you're right. Toasty Z-Music was the first one to get a 43 old route, followed quickly by Jack, who beat his time, I think, like the next day. It was really weird. Like, it hadn't happened in forever. And then 2 runners within the span of a day or 2 got 43s. And I can say now that both runners have made it through Bowling Spikes without dying. Bowling Spikes has been the new Dragon chain damage lately, so I'm glad to see that.
We've seen a few runners die to those bowling spikes.
Ooh,
a little more danger few routes since you don't have that various suit, and that's, I think both those runners were new route runners.
It's very nice bot wound from Z-Music. Got the really nice opening pattern, which is one of the easier ones to get supers into, and hit his clean X Factor and 6 more supers to clean him up. Yeah, me too, Mr. J Giggles. Me too. Looks like a good full halfie attempt as Belthasar comes into the tube and blow that up. Do a little arson. Nice little moonfall there down to the eye door for Dragon. What happened to Belthasar? Nothing? He's doing awesome. Yeah. He's heading to Dragon. He's going to go kill Bot Woon and then head to Dragon.
Nice opening by Z-Music.
Ooh, and gets the quick gooping, so hopefully he can get in his 3rd spark here. And 2 in blue. Super clean. And a spark suit, I think. Sometimes there's a bad frame. I can't tell. but looked good to me. Belthasar doing the visual cue to get the opening X Factor. Gets a little bit of a tougher pattern. Ooh. Couldn't quite get that 6th super in, but he's got him now. He's dead. And gonna move on. Hopefully he drops a super. Okay, he gets it. You want 2 supers leaving bot wound, so you can have one for the door and one for the eye door. Ah, okay. Thank you. Good to know. I don't go for Spark Suit because I'm bad.
So Eternal September, yes. A new route is a lot harder. It's faster. The routing is much cleaner since you only have to go into Norfair once. But it is not free by any stretch of the imagination. It is a lot harder. You're doing Fantoon with 1 tank and no suits. You're doing Ridley with probably usually about 2 tanks.
Yeah, Belthasar using his spark to kill that Metroid. Really, really hated that Metroid. I think that Metroid made fun of him while he was on his way up and said, "Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna do? I'm gonna spark right into your face, Metroid." And it killed him because sparks do a lot of damage.
So to bring it back, new route is faster when you're good enough to do the strats involved. It's not going to save you time if you can't do if you're not as good at doing some of the harder strats involved.
Yeah, I mean, just CWJ, a lot of runners, unless they've practiced CWJ or the bomb jump a lot, would lose more than 2 minutes trying to get over moat.
And in a PB attempt, that's usually a reset.
Yeah.
Still have yet to see the accidental reset on a race, though.
Oh, and Belthasar missing the short charge for the opener. That's going to throw off his Dragon fight a little bit. And unfortunately not having very good ammo either. He's got no supers, so looks like he's going to shoot some missiles in and then do a short charge here. All right, that one looked good. Oh, and getting gooped and grabbed, though.
And unfortunately, in any percent, you don't grab grapple beam, so you can't do the grapple kill here.
Ooh, that was a really nice spark. Dragon is very, very red. And gets a clean kill at the end. Beginning was a little shaky, but looks good now. And he's going to use one of the sparks to deboost through these drops. Because he got blue suit and he's not going for spark suit, he can't use the run button until he uses that blue suit. Well, he could, but he would lose the blue suit, which is going to save him a lot of time getting back through Coliseum.
Zmusic about to pick up his last beam, the ice beam. Adds a little bit of damage in output, and more importantly, will be used for the Metroids in Torian.
Yeah, and Ice Beam does add a little bit of damage, although most runners avoid it early in the run, mostly because of routing, but also it's harder to kill enemies with Ice Beam because it'll always freeze them before killing them, and so then they just get in the way. And it looks like Zmusic's going to use the southern route.
There's another spot where Moonfall can help you out and save a little bit of time. Let's see if he gets the Moonfall here.
Nicely done. He does only have 4 power bombs. I wonder if he'll farm one in at the yellow door to Norfair, to lower Norfair, or if he's gonna, if he's so sure of himself getting fast pillars that he doesn't need to.
Skips the Nutella refill, which is one of the other benefits of taking the southern route, is that you have that refill right there. He says, I don't need it.
Yeah, and for a old route runner who's used to doing 3 tanks, having 385 health, you feel like you're practically full. He's not farming a power bomb, which means if he misses fast pillars, he'll be a power bomb short going down into Wasteland.
Which could mean power bomb's a shame. Or it could mean he's farming at the fire fleas.
It could. I feel like there's a pretty good chance Z-Music's going to get fast pillars, though. Unless I just cursed him. He goes ahead and kills these pirates just to reduce the power bomb lag. And did he get... He got a health drop from those blue Sovas, didn't he?
Yeah, I did not see power bombs there. That's unusual.
He used one. He had 3 going in, and then got 1 drop from there.
Yeah, usually those are almost 100% on power bomb drops. So that's a little unusual.
Yeah, so that means even though he got fast pillars, he will not be able to use the fast pillar strats in the red key hunter room because he'll be a power bomb short otherwise. That's like a less than 1% drop off of those violas. Thank you, Mr. Jacobs. That's some terrible luck. Yeah, he's gonna have to use the bomb spread in that room instead.
Which is kind of a neat strat in its own right. A little slower though.
Assuming he remembers. Looks like he does indeed remember because he's a good player.
There it is. Of course, in the vanilla game, the game is very smart about where it puts things, so there's a reason why there are the power bomb to shame where they're at. So had he forgotten, he would have had to pick those up because there's virtually a 0% chance of those Tuskigas dropping power bombs for him.
Yeah, and really nice double Kego through those platforms as well.
Nice Ninja Pirate kills with the charge shot.
And we've got Belthasar heading in to pick up his ice beam. Saying, hey, I like things like ice cream and Frosties and hockey, so I need that ice beam.
All great things in this world. And 20 shots for Ridley. So in old route, you're typically going to use the Charge Ice Wave Plasma with a slightly lower DPS than the Super Missiles. But you want to keep those Super Missiles for Turian and not have to worry about refilling and worry about those Metroid drops that are going to be coming up.
Oh, and he gets picked up by Ridley. Couldn't quite moonwalk fast enough. He needs to practice his Michael Jackson impersonation if he wants to avoid those pickups. I got no aimbot. Z-Music is currently ahead. Probably by a couple minutes at least, with Belthasar heading down to Lower Norfair right now, and Z-Music just finishing up Ridley.
Let's see if he takes the E-Tank here. He says, nope, I don't need it.
Not much health from Ridley, though. Exiting that with 168, and he's going to take some damage here running through the lava. So he'll have to be careful. He can play the escape really safely if he wants to. Both the 2 dangerous rooms, or 3 dangerous rooms, I guess, are Wasteland coming up with the Tuskigas, and then the Red Key Hunter Shaft, and then 3 Musketeers are the 3 big danger rooms in the escape.
With Plasma Beam, he can either charge Plasma them from below, or he can just clip right through them with that Plasma Beam. We'll see what he chooses to do. Looks like he's playing it safe and shooting these Tuskigas.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. Those Tuskigas do a lot of damage.
Nice speedball out.
Belthasar does get the 2 power bomb drops that you expect to get from those violas.
Yeah, I believe that's the first time I've ever seen those not drop power bombs.
Yeah, I've had it happen. I had it happen in a PB pace run like a week ago,
no.
which was brutal because I also missed fast pillars, so it cost me like 20 seconds to go farm another power bomb. All right, he's got just under 100 health here, which means he can take 1 hit from these, but he's going to go ahead and kill them just to play it safe.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Oh, I was thinking about the last one and said, nope, at the last bit, I'm just going to go kill it.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about it, but missed the jump up there and said, you know what? I've got a 2-minute lead. I don't know if he's watching the stream or not, but he may think he has a lead or be watching and know he has a lead, and just say, you know what? I'm just gonna take it safe here. Belthasar killing some of those key hunters in this room in order to reduce the power bomb lag. He does get to use power bombs for this instead of the bomb spread, since he didn't get trolled by the violas.
So ammo looks good for Zmusic. Energy looks decent enough. He should be able to go without stopping at the ship.
Oh, careful, Belthasar. All right, he should be okay. He's gonna forego the Kegos through there, taking that damage, and the metal pirates should refill him a little bit on health for Ridley. That's true, Timon. Hey, you never know. Belthasar could have been practicing. He could be ahead. Maybe Belthasar ran new route all of a sudden and saved 2 minutes and is sitting in Turian right now. Jojo Jopo should be about 45 minutes to 50 minutes for both runners to finish.
Yeah, Zmusic's PB is 43.51. The median race time of 45.04. Belthasar's PB of 48.35 with a median race time of 51.08.
And Belthasar took it really safe through those post-metal pirate rooms, going at the top and actually killing some enemies along the way to farm health for Ridley. Going in with 262 feels a lot more comfortable than going in with 162 or less.
There we go. There we see Belthasar's Ridley fight now.
Yeah, we missed most of the beginning of it, but he looks like he got hit once, probably by a flame, which means it's been a really clean fight. Until I said that and he gets picked up.
Well,
he probably
picked up once, so
yeah, he probably heard that Zmusic got picked up and was like, well, I better get picked up too. I don't want to be left out. And Ridley is dead. Nicely done, Belthasar. Ooh. And Zmusic getting a powerbomb drop from the pirate. Not what he was looking for. I guarantee you nobody is looking to get power bombs on their farms on the way to Turian. Stop cursing people.
The only exception being in a randomizer when you don't have Ice Beam.
Mr. J. Giggles, I don't believe anybody has died in a run that I commentated. I could be wrong.
Unfortunately, I can't say the same.
I do remember somebody running crazy meme routes, Mr. J. Giggles, when in a run I commentated.
Yes, that definitely did happen. Actually, a couple of runs that I commentated, I got some crazy meme routes, Toasty.
And I tried to curse.
Names.
I tried to curse those runners, and it didn't work. So I clearly have zero power with which to influence what happens to these runners.
I don't know. 100% is a meme when it's an 80% tournament. Okay, some grouping stats by Zmusic in the first Metroid room, very nicely done.
I really think these Metroid rooms, when they're run by some of the top runners, are just a thing of beauty to watch. Like, they're so smooth and clean. And it doesn't actually look that hard until you try to do it and realize you have to hit 18 different buttons on the way through the room, all in the right order, with the right timing, in order to make it all work.
Well, as Zmusic did in the Metroid Room 3, when you watch them go through the Metroid rooms and it looks like they don't even change from Ice Beam to Super Missiles, that's when you know they've got it going.
Bandroid, there has been an SM randomizer tournament earlier. I guess like a year ago or so.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're planning to have another one at some point, but I would assume at some point there will be. It's pretty popular. People enjoy watching it, so I would keep my eyes out for it.
And if you want to catch the ones from last year, all you have to do is go on YouTube and just look up Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament. You'll find all those videos. They're all there. And shout outs to Ranrogue for subscribing with a tier 1 sub for 11 months in a row.
Thank you, Ranrogue. And super nice Super Metroid, Baby Metroid, Skip Skip by Zmusic. The Baby Metroid's name is Skip, by the way, for those of you that didn't know. That's why it's called the Metroid Skip. I believe that was a 4 jump, which is almost the minimum number required. Everything was super clean about it. So Zmusic going into Mother Brain 1 here, gonna need to open the glass up with 6 missiles and then shoot another 12 projectiles that add up to at least 3,000 damage. He does it perfectly with 5 leftover missiles. He's got 5 power bombs. He could decide to try to X-Factor Mother Brain for some strange reason, but I doubt he'll do that.
I don't think I've seen that in a race, so I don't expect to see that here. 20 charge Ice Wave Plasma shots will do in Mother Brain here. One of the advantages to Old Route is that Plasma Beam, 20 shots instead of 60 as you'd have with Phaser. The Plasma Beam being too far out of the way to pick up a New Route.
And here comes the catch-up beam. Will probably be the only catch-up beam that Mother Brain fires. And yep, she is done. Zmusic gonna very gently damage himself under 400. Actually, I think under 401 would be enough in order to avoid any extra damage in the cutscenes, so that we can move on to Mother Brain 3.
Yeah, Mother Brain will damage you down until you're under 100. And so he's at 99, so she's done damaging him. And that allows the baby to come in and save the day here. Sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah, barring anything crazy happening with Mother Brain 3 or Escape, Zmusic's gonna come out with a win here. Belthasar on his way to Torian, though,
Very
with
nice
a really nice time himself. Belthasar with a 42.15 G4 time is looking at around a 49, maybe a high 49, low 50 time with a clean Turian. Yeah, very solid pace.
Very good runs by both these runners.
Meanwhile, get out those baby thumps in chat.
And a reminder again to follow these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow the runners. Follow Tracy. Follow Fiesel. Follow Speed Gaming.
Follow Rumble.
But most of all, follow your hearts. So Zmusic's looking at should be a high 44 or a low 45. It's going to be close.
Nice. And actually, unless something really weird happens, this is going to set up a really nice round of 16 match. The winner of this match is going to play Just Defend.
Oh
and
my!
It's going to set up a really nice old versus new route race.
Belthasar went into Metroid Room 2 really low on supers, and actually used missiles to kill them. But fortunately, they were super generous and dropped 4 or 5 of them in one go. So now he's sitting pretty.
Got the full ammo now, so it'll be so he should have no problem here.
Super nice behemoth spark there. And I think Zmusic's escapes are way better than mine, because my estimation for his time was way off. He's definitely going to get a 44 here. And there we have it. Zmusic finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 44.43. And super nice run, Zmusic. Congratulations. Nice job. Belthasar doing a few more jumps than Zmusic did, but getting grabbed. I think he got grabbed through the door, and he is now perma-slowed. He did get the skip though, so that's good. We'll see if he sticks with this or if he goes ahead and saves and resets.
Yeah, so what happens there is if you get grabbed by the baby as you go through the door, it puts you in a permanent slow mode. It is possible to finish that way. It's difficult. You're not necessarily guaranteed to make it, and there he goes. He's going to save. The way to get rid of it is save and reset, and that's what he's doing right now.
Now, if he was really dedicated, he would go out of bounds, respawn Dragon, and then go kill Dragon in one round with super slow-mo. But unfortunately, he is not doing that. Instead, he's going to save, reset, and kill Mother Brain, which is probably the correct choice, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's the correct choice.
Yeah, I think most of us feel perma-slowed while we race Zmusic.
I know, I just feel perma-slow when I play this game, so. Belthasar nicely getting through his Zeb skip.
And no snipes on his supers. Getting a missile snipe, not nearly as big a deal since you have 5 extra ones, so gets through no problem.
And again, 20 shots will do it here.
Belthasar is going to have to be a little bit more careful than Z. He's sitting at 400 health exactly, so a catch-up would be the end of his run. And you see, I can say that because I don't curse runners. See, it didn't happen. Also, very carefully taking 1 extra damage hit. Although, like I said, I think 400 is actually okay.
I don't know. I think you want to be at 399, but I'm not
somebody
sure.
from chat will know this.
I've never tested it. It's kind of hard to be exactly at 400 to test that, I suppose.
Yeah, it almost never happens. See, Canadian Owl agrees with me. Why tempt fate? Because I have no power over, I don't know what this commentator's curse is that you all have, but I do not have that. It could be worse. I could have the Ponk competitor curse that he has.
Yeah, that's pretty wild what's going on over there in the Chrono Trigger tournament. Oh, here he goes. Hey Z, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey Z, super nice run. Very clean. Congrats on your win.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Did I assume the Crate E-Tank pickup was just a race safety?
Oh yeah, definitely. I haven't really done a run of this game in like 2 weeks, so I feel really uncomfortable with certain things until I get back into it. But
wait a minute. So this was your post 2 week de-rust run?
Yeah, you could call it that. I did a little bit of practice, but
yeah, you have just broken the hearts of 90% of the Super Metroid community.
Oh, man, don't say that. Too much time into this game already.
So anyway, looks like you're going to play Just Defend next. It would be a nice old versus new route race. What do you think about that coming up? I'm
excited. It's I gotta step up my game because he's really good. So it's going to be one I look forward to.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to it too. It should be a really close race. The brackets are getting really exciting here now. With the round of 32 wrapping up, we're gonna have a ton of close races coming up soon.
Oh yeah, it's getting really heated.
So, question for you: are you gonna still pick up that Crate E-Tank? You think on the next round? Or you think you're gonna?
Yeah, I don't think I will, honestly. It's definitely something that I'll try to watch the stream as it's happening, and if I feel like I have a good enough lead, maybe I'll pick up Ridley tank or something just to be extra safe. But I definitely want to play my best because I think it's anyone's game at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Belthasar here coming out of Escape, going to finish up. Not gonna get that sub 50 thanks to the Metroid grapple, but
Still a very
nice run by Belthasar. Seeing both racers finish and nobody die to bowling spikes or Dragon chain damage was nice.
It's always a major plus.
Yeah, that Dragon fight, by the way, Z, that's pretty much textbook perfect for you, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, good RNG, man.
Yep.
That was a beautiful fight. Actually, your Fantoon fight was really nice too, I would say.
Yeah, there wasn't like anything too bad about it, other than the pattern.
Well, yeah, nothing you can do about that.
All right, and we have Belthasar finishing up in second place with an official SRL time of 50 minutes and 55 seconds. GG Belthasar. Thank you,
man,
for the run. Nice run.
Nicely done, GG.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Big congrats, Belthasar. It was a lot of fun racing you, man.
Thank you for stopping by, Z. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Z. Good luck on the next round.
No problem. Thanks for the commentary.
No,
yeah, absolutely. Make sure, I'm going to remind everybody again to follow these runners. There's their links in the chat. Also, Belthasar, one of the organizers of the tournament, and one of the speed gaming staff, I believe.
I believe so.
I see him in all the speed gaming stuff, so I assume he's pretty important.
So, upcoming, we do have quite a few matches scheduled, and also keep an eye open because more matches get scheduled. So it looks like we just got scheduled tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Ivan versus Jack 879. That promises to be a very good race. On Thursday, we have Oats and Goats versus Vertex. That Ivan versus Jack being the first of the round of 16 matches to be scheduled. Again, at 6 o'clock on Thursday, we have Oats and Goats versus Vertex 5. That's a round of 32 match. On September 8th, on Saturday, we have matches at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we have a round of 32 between 2Cat and Carlito. At 3 o'clock, we have a match between Zosti and Galen 83. And then just scheduled recently, we have another round of 16 match on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time between Kip and Lynx X Unlimited. So a whole lot of Super Metroid coming up. Still lots of matches to be scheduled, so always keep an eye on those listings to see what's upcoming. Yeah, and I got to tell you, Ivan versus Jack in round of 16 and Kip versus Lynx in the round of 16. Those are going to be matches that you don't want to miss. Those are all top tier runners who are I think probably throwing their safeties away and pushing for the times that they know they need to get in order to make it to the next round. So yeah, we're going to be seeing lots and lots as we whittle down the bracket. We're going to see a lot more really nice matches. Super excited for the rest of this tournament. All right, and I think do we know what is coming up on Speed Gaming? I'm not sure what's after us. I can take a look. Let's see. Turns out they have a schedule. Looks like we have at, let's see, that'd be 9 Eastern. I have to remember that this is in my time zone, so I have to translate it. Link to the Past Daily Race Entrance Cross World randomizer. That's Speed Gaming 2 on Speed Gaming. Right, coming up immediately after this is Super Mario 3 Warpless Tournament. Lauso versus Horstad. I also got to remember to look at the colors and not the thing right below it. So, check out either one of those. Lots of stuff going on in Speed Gaming. I believe there's a co-op race going on Speed Gaming 4, and it looks like Mega Man 2 randomizer going on in Speed Gaming 5. So lots of good stuff going on in Speed Gaming. Check it all out. Absolutely. And I think that is it from us. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you follow those runners. I think I've said it 4 times now. Thank you again, and see you next mission. Yeah, and thank you again to chat. Thank you again for those of you watching. Thank you again to Speed Gaming and to the runners and to the and to Rumble for joining me. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.